Hey, what's up, YouTube? Alright, sorry for the wait, guys. I've been dealing with a lot of benzodiazepine withdrawals. So it's pretty much had me in the bed, fucking sick as hell all the time. Um, I'm gonna make a video about benzodiazepine withdrawals in the future, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. Today, this video is gonna be on methadone. The last video I did was about heroin, and I kind of told you a little bit about my story. Trying opiates and getting hooked on heroin, and ended up shooting up heroin for a very long time. Hold on a second. And the only thing that was that I could get off heroin with was methadone. I had tried Suboxone in the past, and it just didn't do it for me. Like, it took away the dope sickness for a little bit, but after a while, I learned that if you don't take your Suboxone for a few days, then you can get high on heroin again. So my recovery while I was on Suboxone did not last. Basically, I was just using the Suboxone as kind of a crutch for when I ran out of dope. And I had explained this to a counselor when I was in treatment, and she basically told me that some people are different. Some people need methadone, and some people need Suboxone. It's really up to your preference on what your body likes and what your body can adapt to and feels more comfortable with. In my mind, recovery is recovery. If you're not doing, heroin, meth, all that shit, and you're trying to better yourself, then I call that recovery. Some people not may say that, oh, I'm not all the way sober because I'm on methadone. And I just, don't listen to that bullshit, okay? You know and I know that doing heroin is fucking horrible, and it's gonna kill us. And if we can find a way to get off of that safely and go to a place where they can make us feel like we don't have to use heroin and we're not sick anymore, and then we can get a job and get on with our lives, it's like anybody who has hatred against that, it's just like, shut the fuck up. They don't understand. They probably don't understand addiction, and it's just don't even argue with those kind of people, okay? Do what you gotta do for your recovery, all right? I had to put that in there, a little bit of rant. Okay, so now I'm gonna tell you my experience with methadone, how I got on it, what the effects are like, and so forth. So, I was basically at my last fucking straw, with my heroin addiction. I was in a treatment center. I had gotten prescribed Suboxone. I relapsed. I told my counselor I relapsed. I said, I cannot do this. I know I'm going to keep using heroin. I was in inpatient treatment at the time. And she was a counselor who also worked at that treatment center and a methadone clinic. And she told me, why don't you just go ahead and get on the methadone? So, I did some research on it, and I was like, all right, let's do this, So I went into the methadone clinic, and here in my state, I don't know how it is in other states, but you go in to the methadone clinic, you fill out some paperwork, and you basically tell them what your drug of choice is. Mine was heroin, IV, and they get you, they have you see a doctor at sometimes, and then they will dose you. Usually they start you off really small, like 30 milligrams. I get this question all the time. Does methadone get you high? Yes, it gets you high. But if you're an opiate addict, like a true opiate addict, you'll get high when you first start taking it, but after a while it's just like, you're just basically not sick anymore. You don't get that high, you don't get that fucked up unless you mix it with some benzos, but that don't do that. Don't do that. You can easily kill yourself by doing that. Yeah. So if you are out there and you're struggling with heroin addiction and you just cannot find any other way to get off of it, um, then I suggest getting on methadone. But if you think that you could, possibly get off of the heroin or the painkillers or whatever opiate that you're doing without it, I strongly suggest you go that route. Because I got on methadone 2 years ago, and boy, let me tell you, it is very addictive. Like, you will be physically addicted to that substance. Um, Probably more than heroin. I know for sure the withdrawals last longer than heroin, and they are way stronger than heroin or any other opiate. Um, I heard rumors that it gets into your muscle, into your bones. I don't think that's true. I think that's a myth. At least that's what a nurse told me at the clinic I go to, that that's a myth. So I don't know exactly what makes the withdrawals so much worse than heroin, but I can tell you right now, you do not want to just fucking cold turkey that shit. You do not want to. It it is, oh man. Just they right now I'm on 140 milligrams, and they dropped me like 10 milligrams one time. And just that 10 milligrams, man, I felt it. Like, I was puking, fucking diarrhea, all that shit. So if you're trying to get off of methadone, the the best and safest way to do it, the most painless way to do it, is to go down 2 milligrams like every other week. Like, go down 2 milligrams and let your body adjust to that change. And then once you're fully adjusted to that change, wait a little bit, like wait a week or two, and then go down another 2 milligrams. Just don't go in one day and go, let me drop down two, go in the next day, drop down two, go in the next day. That's not how you do it. You're going to feel like shit, okay? The name of the game with fucking getting off of methadone is tapering, tapering, tapering. And the clinic that you go to will help you with this. Um, where I'm at, you can be on methadone for life if you want to. I know in like California and stuff, they have like like you can't be on it for life basically. Like, they get you on it, they get you on a stable dose, and then you taper it off. The methadone clinic that I'm at, you literally, they ask you if you want to go up, all that shit. I'm on 140 milligrams. Um, I was on 160, but I had dropped down. So, yes. The questions that I always get is, will it get you high? Like I said before, yes, it will get you high at first. Um, but you'll soon start to realize that you're not getting high anymore, and yeah. So basically, if you just want to get fucked up, you might as well just keep doing opiates. I mean, methadone is for people who really want to get off the fucking street opiates and off the shit. Now, if you are not an opiate addict, right? If you're not an opiate addict and you don't have any type of opiate tolerance, methadone can be very deadly. You could take 30 milligrams, maybe even 20 milligrams with no tolerance, and fucking end up having a fucking long dirt nap. You will fucking die. Like, it is a very strong opiate. Um, it's a full opiate agonist, so what it does is it locks onto your opiate receptors, and you you won't be able to get high on any other opiate while you're on methadone. Um, I tried once to do heroin when I was on methadone, and it had no effect to me at all. It actually made me feel like shit. I was sweating profusely, and I was actually, ugh. It's not fun. Um, yeah, so if you are going to get on methadone, I would come up with a plan on, okay, this is what I'm gonna get on. This is the milligram that I'm gonna go up to, and I'm gonna stay at that milligram, and then I'm gonna come up with a plan with my counselor to taper off. Because right now I'm on such a high dose of methadone, 140. I know I've dropped some, but I still have a very long road to go to get off of methadone, and it's gonna take a long time. So you just have to really think about your decision before getting on this. Think about the future. Just don't think about the now. I know it's hard when we're drug addicts. We want that instant gratification, but just think about the future for a little bit and think about what the consequences might be of you getting on methadone before you do it. Um, that's really all I got to say about that, man. There'll be more videos about drug reviews, my experiences with them, all that kind of stuff. I just wanted to throw in a methadone video because I just did a heroin video, and I have been making you guys wait for videos for. It's been a while now since I've uploaded. So if you like this, subscribe, and I will keep posting videos about drug experiences. I'm gonna try, now that I kind of covered some hard drugs like some benzos and some opiates and stuff. I'm gonna kind of try to switch off into some psychedelic experiences. So I think my next video will be about, like shrooms or LSD. I'm also gonna order some 1P LSD so I can try that out and give that a review. But yeah, man, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, comment. I always talk back to my people if they comment with a question or anything about that. I'll always get back to you. So it might take a little bit, but I will. All right, guys, it's Rosie96. Thanks for watching. Peace.